Hey everyone, Oil Filter Dude here. So next we're going to take a look at these two oil filters here. Now the Wix 57035 is a very common filter used on a lot of small engines like Kawasaki's, Briggs & Stratton's, some Kohlers, and I've even heard of these going on a few outboard motors as well. Let me show you something here. As you can see here, I have a Kawasaki FR730V 24 horsepower twin cylinder engine. And if we come right down here, I'm running a Wix 57035. So if you go into the local auto parts store and tell them you have that motor, you need an oil filter, they're going to first tell you, well, we have the Wix right here. And this filter is about $21.99. A lot of people will moan and groan about that. I understand why. It's a niche filter. Wix probably makes less than 50,000 a year of them, as opposed to other filters they make hundreds of thousands or millions of. But then they'll tell you, well, we have this store brand filter of ours. They'll spin on and work if you have the little extra room, because it's a little bit taller of a filter. And this one is about $5.99 or $6.99. Should you really go after that? Well, let's cut them open and see what the differences are and see if perhaps you might have an issue. As you got to remember, you have an oil pressure bypass valve. Yes, I'm doing this all unedited here. You got a little bypass valve in the bottom for in case the filter does get plugged up to allow the oil to pass through and not starve the engine. So there's that filter. Made 5/22/24. Probably about 10 a.m. And here is the other filter. Trying to get the focus here. There we go. Made in China. As you can see, take this off. I'd say they are correct because the O-ring looks the same and the center hole looks about the same too. Was that really the only difference? The height? I don't know. Let's get cut and find it out. I bought both of these filters out of my own pocket. So I do all my filters. And as a filming, I'm unmonetized, so it's not generating anything from the ads. So go ahead and skip those ads if you want right now still. So, yeah, pretty unique looking one here. That's different. That is a tiny filter cartridge. And right off the bat, I noticed there is no bypass valve on this filter. So it's going to flow through and push. Metal end caps. I wonder if that's the bypass valve there. The filter gets too plugged. It might push up on that maybe? I don't know. There's no bypass. Very interesting. And now, I'm sure this one will have a bypass valve. This is probably meant for some sort of a automobile application. And right away, that's a little different looking. I've never seen one like that before. There's our bypass valve. And then a coil spring for the spacer. That don't have a whole lot of pressure on it. That don't take much to push. It's one of the weaker oil pressure bypasses I have came across. I'm not going to count the pleats because, I mean, that one looks pretty sporadic. There's no bypass valve. That's what I was wondering. Would you run the Parts Counter Guy Special? Or would you run what is actually called for? Let me know in the comments down below. And I will try to get another video out in about another week. I'm going to do about once a week here. As you can kind of guess what the next video is going to be, sitting there in the background, I'm going to see what the difference is between a Wix XP, and a Wix Racing. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.